Welcome back to another video. So today we are back to review the new Chainsaw Man chapter 202. It's a cute little short chapter just continuing off the fight from the last chapter between fake Chainsaw Man and versus Chainsaw Man and Yoru. So the last chapter we end up seeing the whole little conflict between Denji and Yoru whenever Yoru blew off that civilian's hand off, and basically Denji wasn't able to save her because of that. And so we're continuing off of that. And Yoru looks at Denji and says, "Are you mad? Do you want to come at me?" And you can see that Denji's clenching his fist. And so you're thinking that the fight between Yoru and Denji is going to happen. But instead, it doesn't. Because Yoru moves her hand and shoots her bang ability at fake Chainsaw Man. And he ends up jumping, getting out of the way. And then you see Denji immediately reads that situation, jumps up, and then attacks fake Chainsaw Man, slicing off his other arm. So now fake Chainsaw Man has no arms, right? And then fake Chainsaw Man says, "Did you fake that disagreement to throw me off guard?" And then Denji's like, "Nah, this chick's just that nuts." And then Yoru's like, "It's getting cold, it's time to head home." And she's like, "Die," and points her bang ability once again at fake Chainsaw Man, trying to kill him. And then as soon as that happens, one of the fake Chainsaw Man army, the people that got mind controlled, they literally just pop out and just take the damage like a human shield, right? And so after that, we see a bunch of the fake Chainsaw Man army pop up to fake Chainsaw Man. And then you see that a bunch of them are moving towards him very closely. And they actually kind of it's not fused, but they kind of wrap around him and create arms. I remember when I was reading this, I was just like, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? I was very shocked at what I was seeing, but I thought it was just so interesting. I don't know how Fujimoto came up with this, but you see that fake Chainsaw Man has his new arms, his new human arms, right? And then we see him put his arm up, and you actually see that the people's body starts turning into an actual arm, like a muscly tendon arm, which is so nasty. That's super nasty, right? And it's very interesting, right? So I'm learning from the situation that I think fake Chainsaw Man can control the other members of the fake Chainsaw Man army, which once again leads into the theory that he didn't make his contract with the Justice Devil. He made it with the Fire Devil, because we found out the Justice Devil was actually the Fire Devil the whole time, and then the Fire Devil was actually building up resources and people to be mind controlled that are now part of the fake Chainsaw Man army. And it's looking like fake Chainsaw Man is kind of like a general in the army, where he's able to control them and even turn them back to normal, as we'll see soon. But it's very interesting that out of all people, he's the only one from the Fire Devil that's able to have his own true will and all that stuff. Right now, because right now he's being controlled by the Death Devil. But it's very interesting that that's what we're seeing from his ability, and it's just once again leading into the fact that he's definitely from the Fire Devil, has stuff to do with the Fire Devil, and we just haven't seen him himself confirm it yet. But this is Fujimoto basically telling us that. Yoru says gross, and then fake Chainsaw Man calls out Chainsaw Man's name. And then Denji's like, "What?" And fake Chainsaw Man says, "Cutting down strangers doesn't pain you, right? But can you buzz through people pleading for your help?" And we see that fake Chainsaw Man turns these fake Chainsaw Man army people back to normal. Their mind control goes away. And so this one dude's like, "It's cold." And the other dude's like, "What the hell?" And then everyone else is like, "Where am I?" And then they look at their body and they can see that literally they are turning into fake Chainsaw Man's arms. Their bodies are turning into this muscly, nasty thing, right? And Denji looks at them and is just like, "Oh my god." And then all the humans are basically crying out "Oh my god, what's going on? This is gross." And then you see another panel where they're basically fully transformed into the fake Chainsaw Man's arms. It's so nasty, bro. It's so nasty. And it's a very interesting ability that the Fire Devil was able to accumulate a bunch of people. We already knew that the Fire Devil can change people's appearances. That's how everyone would gain the fake Chainsaw Man head. That the Fire Devil was able to actually gain that knowledge of Chainsaw Man and actually recreate it. And we're seeing that that's not the only ability the Fire Devil can do. The Fire Devil can really make everyone become this mushy, muscly thing. It's so nasty. I want to see what other abilities we're gonna see out of it. And so all the humans are like screaming and like saying like, "Oh my god, this is so nasty. I can't control my body." And then the dude sees Chainsaw Man and says, "It's Chainsaw Man. Thank goodness, save us, Chainsaw Man." And it's so sad because at first I was thinking, "Oh, is the fake Chainsaw Man forcing them to say that?" Because that's happened before, I think, where people have been mind controlled in Chainsaw Man to where they say something that they normally wouldn't say. But these are fake Chainsaw Man. These are like Chainsaw Man church supporters. So these people actually believe in Denji. They actually believe in Chainsaw Man. Like they actually think he's a hero. And so that's how they were able to get controlled by the church and ended up making those contracts with the Fire Devil. Da 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 da. So it's actually crazy and sad because these people dead think that Denji's gonna save them, and that's what fake Chainsaw Man knows. Like he knows that, and that's why he's making it harder on Denji because Denji normally wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? But that's usually he doesn't care because it's a person literally screaming at him, "I'm going to kill you, Chainsaw Man," all that other stuff. But this time, it's literally people crying for his help. Like Denji can normally cut through people, but if they're literally crying for his help, it's a little different. Like it's gonna be a little harder for him to do it. He's still gonna do it. I think next chapter he's still gonna do it, but he's not gonna feel good about it. He's gonna feel really bad about it, but it's gonna take him a minute to do that. Or better yet, Yoru's gonna be the one that do it for him next chapter instead, because I don't think there's any way that they can save these people. Like especially when you're like getting merged together. Even if you beat fake Chainsaw Man, they're probably part of his body permanently now. And so Denji sees that, and the fake Chainsaw Man sees that he's distracted and pulls up a fist. And then you can even see that the people's bodies are turning less and less human. Like they have no more legs, no more like arms. It's just their heads on his new muscly arms, right? And so he pulls up a fist and actually charges it at Denji. And Denji Abe is managed to like dodge it last second. But this is so sad. Fujimoto kind of sick for this. If you look, the guy that got basically his head curved into the ground, he doesn't have protection. Like, you know how most devils have like protection where they can like, they're pretty durable, right? They can get hit in the face, they get thrown across the whole world and stuff like that and be fine. But no, these are normal humans. So they're feeling the normal effects of getting their face smashed in cement. And you see one of the people says like, "Save me, Chainsaw Man." And this is the end of the chapter. And Denji's like, "You scumbag." Where like these people connected to the fake Chainsaw Man, if he punches Denji in the face, they're literally gonna feel like they're getting hit against cement. And I'm like, that's so crazy. Like, I would never think of that. Most time if they work, another mangaka would do something like this, they probably wouldn't think about the fact that like, oh, they're probably getting hurt by this. Like their face is literally getting hurt. They don't have that normal durability that most of these people in this show have. Most of these devils, devil hunters, stuff like that have. And so that's even more messed up. That fake Chainsaw Man is gonna let these people just get hit in the face, get like literally attacked, and all he's doing is just trying to distract Denji and make him drop his guard. But that's it for this chapter. It was a really fun, kooky chapter. I'm very, very excited for the next chapter. It comes out next week. Fake Chainsaw Man is a pretty sick individual being mind controlled by the Death Devil, because that's kind of messed up. It's really messed up, and he's gonna put Denji through the ringer of like if he feels comfortable doing the stuff he's doing. But Yoru's there, and she don't really care at all, so she's gonna be probably the one to like help Denji break out of it, or be like, "Yo, we gotta get this dude," or whatever. So I'm very, very excited for that. Thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and see more content like this, and hit that bell post consistently. And I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Peace.